Hey, beautiful people. I'm your host, Primroze That 70s Baby, here with my co-host, straight out of 96, Miss Michelle Gracie. Thank you for parking here on my street, Primrose Avenue, where we are bridging the gap between our generations with love. How you doing, Miss Michelle Gracie? Say hi to the people.
Hey, Primrose. I'm so happy to be on Primrose Avenue today.
Look, you and me both, because Primrose Avenue is that block. It's that block where people need to be. You know what I mean? This is the block where it's going down. It's happening here. Mm-hmm. And like I said, it's happening in love with love. It's the love perspective going on over here.
Yeah.
A love for the love for healing, the love for helping, and the love for prospering. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, I just we have so many conversations and it's like I used to feel not ashamed for wanting the finer things in life. I won't say ashamed, but I felt unworthy. Let's say that. Mm-hmm. And then I felt shame of feeling unworthy, and it's like, I want the best that life has to offer. And that doesn't mean designer dreams and all that kind of stuff. The best that life has to offer for me is that I'm in a healthy mental state, that my family, I have grandchildren, I have a daughter, your age, actually a little older than you, a son that's a few years older than you, that they're happy and healthy, and that our value is being utilized in the world in which we live. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's just that thought, that thought of the finer things in life, and just knowing that I deserve it. And I'm not expecting for nothing to come dropping out the sky. Mm-hmm. I'm going out there and I'm going to get it, so for me right now, I am extremely happy to be on Primrose Avenue. Like I said, it's a dope ass place to be. That being said, Miss Michelle Gracie, let's give you a round of applause and say happy birthday to ya. Because we had an amazing time. Yeah, how are you feeling? 27, young, dope as fucking beautiful. How you feeling today?
Sleepy.
Me too.
No. I really feel, all jokes aside, I really feel blessed. Mm-hmm. Yesterday was love.
Yeah.
With your generation. Mm-hmm.
And mine. Yeah.
It was love.
Yeah,
it was love. And I don't know, I just felt to sum up yesterday, it was love.
Yeah.
I felt love.
Yeah.
And I intentionally made sure you all were at my table, mm-hmm. at the table, celebrating my birthday with me. Because you all know how to love me. Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, you guys loved me before my birthday. The days before my birthday. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it wasn't, phony or fraud. It was all genuine because of how you all treat me leading up to my birthday. Yeah. And it was the same thing on my birthday. Yeah. It wasn't nothing new, wasn't a surprise. I knew what
you was getting into. Yeah, right.
I knew.
Absolutely.
And I no longer am interested in friendships that are just birthdays and holidays and special occasions, and then you want to show up and say, "Oh, that's my girl."
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so no, it's quality over quantity.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's quality over quantity. So it was love yesterday. It was all love.
Man, and I'm a piggyback on that because it was love for me, and I loved seeing you being celebrated in the way that you were being celebrated. It was an amazing experience. We ate at the Prime Rib. The atmosphere was beautiful. Then we got, I'm going to say we were whisked to the VIP stage. And it really wasn't a VIP section, but it felt that way. Mm-hmm. And it was for us. We were whisked out of the crowd upstairs because we came in here looking elegant, and then I said, it's her birthday and she's an author and this, that. He's like, where's the birthday girl? And I'm thinking, he's going to buy you a drink or something like that. They gave us a whole damn upstairs where we could still be a part of the party. We could look down on the people and, it felt, did you feel like uber important when they was like, this is a private party? Like people were just prancing on up the steps. Like it's like no, this
it wasn't even in the plan.
Nothing.
Like, and then it was my first time at the bar.
By God, mine too.
Yeah,
mine
so
too.
I'm like, I'm prancing around, getting a tour. Brittany
right,
giving me a tour,
and
I come back and it's just like, oh yeah, so this is you.
This is how many of y'all is it?
And I'm just like, well, where are we going?
Right.
Where are we going,
right.
fella?
Well, the upper room.
We're going to the upper room. And I was just, oh my God. Oh,
it was beautiful.
Love,
it was
love.
absolutely beautiful. And when we got up there, everybody was able to just cut loose and be comfortable.
Yeah.
Dance. I mean, we danced the night away. I'm paying for it today. My ankle hurt and all that good stuff. But it was a beautiful time. And it was just, for me, it was an experience because I believe that you deserve that. You know what I'm saying? To be celebrated that way. And, you know, and it gives me something to look forward to, you know, because I was like, you know what, this right here is dope. You know what I mean? And I'm glad you said you recognize, like, don't just be, see, some people want to invite people to stuff that's what make them feel important. And like, oh, if I can get 100 people here, then that shows that I'm the stuff. No, give me that good 5 or 3 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You remember last year for your birthday, it was just me and you. We went out to dinner. We had some drinks and had dinner. And then you went home. And I was like, she's so disciplined. Look at this one right here. Because you had to do something. I forgot what it was. But
look, and I still have to do something the next day.
Right. Hey, look. That's what being productive is all about. It's about having that discipline and doing what you got to do.
Yeah.
You know. But you know, you had who you wanted there, and you wasn't trying to bring 1,000 people because see, here's the thing. Everybody don't deserve you. Mm-hmm. Everybody don't deserve me. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? They don't deserve my energy because they don't compliment it. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? When I come with sincerity, love, and real support. You know what I'm saying? I'm here for you. You know what I mean?
And you showed that throughout the years.
You know what I'm saying? Like real shit. That when I show up, it's for, hey, if I'm here for you, it's if it's, you get what I'm saying? Yep. So everybody don't deserve your energy. So having the people at the table, you know what I mean? Beautiful. Everybody energy was great. It was no cross eye, side eye. You because you ever been out to some stuff and it's you just know it's some shit in the mix. There's something going on. I don't like that. That's why I remember I told you when I have functions at my house, I don't need a whole lot of people.
You did say that.
Yeah, that's why it's always a small group of people.
You're very selective.
I am very selective because that's my birthday and I want to enjoy it. I don't need to give big parties to have people come eat up my food and shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't bring no gifts, nothing. They just show up, they gonna eat and then got the nerve to be critical of the environment. Like you don't even got to be here, cuz. You know what I'm saying? So
you don't even gotta be on this.
Yeah, exactly. Get up off of here. You're not even welcome here.
Yeah.
You know, so it was just a beautiful experience, and I'm glad that you know, because a lot of people in your age group they feel like I gotta have 1,000 people and that's what makes me significant. No, I'm telling you, when you have that core group of people, your support system, and that's who you rock with, you're gonna have nights like last night because nobody does that. You know what I'm saying?
Know.
Like, come on, like it's all about the mighty dollar. So for them to say, hey, look, y'all take this section, is for y'all, just treat our server good, which we did. I hope she's happy and met some awesome people last night.
Yeah.
And your birthday last night and everything, it brings us to the topic that we want to be talking about today. And we had decided that we were going to talk about money. Money. You know, and my question to you is, when did your relationship with money start?
As a child, witnessing my mom's relationship with money. That's when it started. That's when it started to develop. Because I started to witness what she went through. And it wasn't a good thing. It wasn't I don't want to say good or bad. It was what she knew. It was always like coming out of a place of lack. I can remember as I was younger, my mom would buy things and she'll have to return it because she needed the money.
Money.
So that's what I saw was money, or we didn't have enough money for the light bill, so the lights were out. You know what I'm saying? It was a struggle. So she struggled with our finance. Top it off, she was a single mom.
Right.
So, she did the best she could.
She could, right.
She did the best she could, and I'm not, upset with her or anything about it, because she's a great mother. But that's when my relationship started, and it trickled. It definitely trickled into my adult years, because that's what I saw. Yeah. Right. And that's who raised me, and that's so I was always, every time I got paid, it was gone. Then I started to return stuff because I needed money. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, oh my gosh. Like, it passed down. Like, because I thought those habits, that's the habits I picked up. And then, it was living check to check. Right. And it was lack. Right. It was still lack. It was lack from me now. Yeah. And so that's where it started. It was, that's where my relationship started.
Okay. Interesting. And it's so funny because like, he was like, she used to take stuff back because she needed the money. Look, let me tell you something. I would go shopping knowing that this money is to be for bills, but I needed to shop because that's what made it was instant gratification. In the back of my mind, now here's the funny part about that. In the back of my mind, it'd be like, okay, I know this shit is going back, but I'm gonna buy it right now. You know what I'm saying? Oh. And I'll just take it back. I know it has to go back, but for right now, instant gratification. I get to go home, try it around, pass it around a little bit, and then take the shit back to the store. Ridiculous, right? Oh yeah. But so that just brought back memories of stupid shit I did.
But here's the crazy, and you saying that she, why she would buy it and take it back, because she didn't like telling me no.
Yeah.
She didn't like telling me no. She didn't want to tell me no. She wished she could have got it, so she got it anyway. Right. Probably still knowing that she probably had to take it back. Yeah. But just to ease me, to please me, and to see me happy, she said no a lot. She said no a lot. No, I can't afford it. No, I don't have it. Because single mother. Right. So the priorities,
Right.
So that's probably why. That's like hearing you say it, and then thinking about my childhood. That's probably why she got it and then took it back.
Yeah, because a lot of times I knew it had to go back. It was just and see, she was doing it for you. Yes. I was doing it for me because I had developed a shopping habit where it was instant gratification. My relationship with money started when I was in a foster home. My foster mother was Brenda, beautiful person. She's deceased. She passed away a few years ago. But she would give, I had never earned an allowance or anything like that at any of my foster homes before, but I was able to earn an allowance, and she got money from the state for us foster girls, and she really would spend that money on me. Like, I had never been in a situation where I was spoiled, or I was able to go and pick out my own clothes. And she would take me shopping, and we would go to the hat company. Like, Brenda started the hat company was a big deal at one time. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's where I started my shopping habits from. And she taught me about quality and stuff like that when I shop. So, so my relationship with money started with earning it by having an allowance, number one. And then, but I would always overspend my allowance somehow, So I wasn't developing. Brenda gave me taste and standards and stuff like that, but she didn't give me discipline and knowledge about saving, and stuff like that, so it was okay, cool, whatever. So then when I left Brenda, going back to my mom, I went back into strict poverty. My mother was a heroin addict. You know what I'm saying? So that, there was nothing. But on the flip side of that, the poisonous aspect of my relationship with money started when the man who used to molest me at a foster home that I was in after Brenda's, he started molesting me when I was, I think, in 9th grade. He was molesting me, and and it was like him and his lady, they was getting me. Like, that's where I got my drinking habits from. Like, on school nights, they would have me drunk pretty much every night. Had me drinking, and it was like, I thought I was at the funnest place on the planet. I'm like, man, I get to drink and sit outside on the steps and see, like, they had me drunk. And what happened was, one night, and I ain't gonna stay here too long, but again, this is healing. I get to talk about this, and I don't feel sad or nothing, because this was something that, and we'll get deep into this down the road, but I'm gonna stay on the money topic today. But they would have me drinking, and one night I woke up and he was having sex with me.
Wow.
And I was shocked. I didn't know what to do. I'm just laying there like I'm afraid.
Yeah.
This man is, and he is penetrating me.
Right.
And I'm like, I'm scared to fucking death.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So what was happening was, I didn't know what to do, because by this time in my life, I learned that nobody gave a fuck about me.
Right.
That's what I believed at this point in my life. So I had already told we was being abused at one of the foster homes, and they did nothing but keep us there. So who was I going to tell?
Yeah. Oh,
you know? So he started giving me money.
Oh my God.
And he would give me $50. Now think about this. I never really had any money since I left Brenda's. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm going to school. I was going to Lake. At the time I was living with them. I was going to Lake Clifton Senior High School, and he would give me $50 here, $100 here. He was sneaking and giving it to me, behind his lady back or whatever, and I was taking it. Not because I had learned, because I found out that he molested me. I didn't know he was doing this the whole time. That's why they were getting me drunk. She knew what was happening.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so I didn't know how many times he did it. And so what happened was, once I found out and I was shocked, what I would start doing is, at nighttime, I would stay up and read. Keep the TV on all night, because he would only do it when I went to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Or my son father, I would just sit on the steps with him. They wouldn't let me leave off them steps, but I would sit on the steps with him. And just to stay awoke, because he would peep. Like, I don't like peepholes. I really don't like shutting doors in the house and shit like that. But, excuse me, he would give me money. Then it got to the place where, he would come, well, if you let me see your private parts, I'll give you $100.
Jesus.
And I was so grossed out by him, but even more than grossed out by him, I was grossed out by me. Because by this time I had been raped. 12 and a half, I got raped. Then I come here and this man molested me. And in between that, I was, felt I had lost any sense of self or self-worth. And, so I didn't have sex with who I wanted to have sex with. I didn't even want to have sex. But if a boy wanted to have sex with me in high school, I did it. Because I didn't even know I had a choice. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
So the choice wasn't given to you.
Right. It was, right. So I just didn't know, know.
Yeah.
And so that's where my money, when the poisonous relationship with money started for me. And so he would let me see your body parts. And when I say this man traveled and found me around for years after I left, convinced me he was my best friend, told me ain't nobody else in the world love me but him.
Oh. Of course he told you that.
Right. And so as I started getting older, I'm like, wait a minute, money, people would treat me differently. I noticed when I could give them things. You know what I'm saying? And so it was like, I wanted to have money. And so I sold drugs, you know what I'm saying? All that. I did all that. So like, my relationship with money has been such that I did things for money that I became ashamed of. Like, I sold coke to people in my community. This man who had molested me, and I'm like, he had me fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Because I really didn't know love, like, at all. Because, again, I'm abandoned. My parents are, addicts. I'm in foster care. I didn't really know what love looked like. So when he told me this is why he was doing to me what he was doing, I believed him. Oh, he must love me. Because he told me so. And he always seems to find me. So he pursued me no matter when I left there. Because I wound up running away, because what happened was I woke up one morning and his wife, he never married her ass. But I had just got out of the tub. I go lay on the bed, minding my business. He wasn't home. She was. So she came in there and just threw my legs open and ate me out and was like, stuck a finger in me and was like, you know you liked it, or, you know, whore, you know. And I'm laying there shocked because I'm like, when is this shit going to end? Because I had got him under control where I wasn't having sex with him. You understand what I'm saying? But he wasn't having sex with me, but he was paying me to look at my body parts and shit like that. And it felt good to be able to stop at the store and just buy something to drink or a snack to eat. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so I wound up running away because I was like, this shit ain't going to stop. You know what I mean? Like him, her. Now I got to be.
These were your false parents?
Yeah, yeah.
Your second set.
No, they were like the 5th or 6th, something like that.
Gosh.
But it was like I got the hell away from him. He found me. And so I was like, oh, my own parents didn't find me, come look for me. So he must love me. So I believed that he loved me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So then it became a relationship. I had my son. He was taking care of he bought my first place, all my furniture. He bought my first car. You know, he would file my my son on his taxes, give me the whole tax check. You know, and he would just loom around, you know what I'm saying, all the time, you know, giving me money. And then I got struck out on my own, started making my own money. So I really didn't need him anymore. And he grossed me out. But it was like, if we had sex, it was on my terms. If he wanted to eat me out, pay me and be quick about it. So I was very cruel to him because I was disgusted by him, really. But more so, I was disgusted by myself. You know what I'm saying? So I've had this relationship with money that is like, I would fuck with broke dudes just to prove I wasn't whoring. You get what I'm saying? Because essentially he turned me into a prostitute. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know,
wow.
You know, so I done dated some busted broke ass niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like just to prove that I'm not with somebody for money. You know what I mean? And it's like, if I could have told my younger self anything, make them pay for it. Fuck it. I'm a value. And not in the sense where it's going to be an exchange of every time we have sex. But if you're going to be with me, value me. But I didn't know I had any value back then. When I got raped at 12 and a half years old, I told you my one dream was to marry a rich white man. That was the only dream I had. But when I got raped, that shit went out the window. Because I'm like, ain't nobody going to want me. Ain't nobody gonna want to marry me, even though I got mentally abused and physically abused. Like the first foster home that we spent 6 years in, this lady, like, she just seemed like she got her kicks and giggles off of fucking torturing kids, right? So, you know, just I just lost my thought. I'm sorry.
You know, you
I guess I went back. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, I kind of lost myself in that thought, but I'll pick back. Can you remind me where was I?
You didn't think you were
worthy.
You mess with people. You mess with men that were, you said, broke. They broke because
didn't deserve me.
It didn't deserve you because you didn't. You know, you didn't want to seem like you were messing with. You know,
messing for money, right? And I did everything to prove to a guy, but in the back of my mind, I wanted a guy to spoil me. Like, I really, and I didn't like to ask for shit either. Like, if you going to spoil, I can remember I was messing with this dude and this is the funny thing. I didn't even need a perm because I had curly hair. I had soft curly hair, but I thought I needed a perm because I wanted it straight. But all it would do was curl right back the hell up, you know, as soon as a little humidity or whatever hit it. And I had to ask this man for money to buy a perm. I did not like the way that felt.
I've heard and I've seen stories of women personally, like they talk about how these men that they're dating is doing so much for them and providing for them, and these are young women. They're young getting this, and I still have not yet experienced that.
You will, you will, and you should,
and I should, right?
I am old fashioned in the sense that I believe, right? This is what I believe. I don't give a shit if you're a man and a woman or two women or two men. Somebody has to be the provider, right? In my world, that's a man, right? So I believe that the man should be the provider of the household. The man should really be making the big decisions for the household with his partner. Not just saying this, what I say goes, but if a man is doing all that he's supposed to do as a man, he has a right to do that. Now, don't necessarily mean you're going to agree with him. Y'all going to have to figure it out between y'allself, depending on who, where y'all relationship at. But you should experience a man showering you, with love.
My father does.
Exactly.
So I'm going to take that back. I do experience it,
right?
But not from my romantic partner.
And you will. And your father has given you an example of what a man is supposed to treat you like. You feel what I'm saying?
He does it for my mom too.
Exactly.
Yeah. But he does it for I see him provide for my mom.
Yeah.
He provides, and this. I was saying about this yesterday. Like when men complain, men that's driving cars and they complain about when you ask them to stop at the store for a second. My father takes the bus to put groceries in the fridge. Yeah.
That's what a man gonna do. He gonna do what it takes.
And he's joyful about it. He's coming down the alley with a big crate full of food, and he's just smiling.
Right.
And like,
because he know he doing what he's supposed to do as a man.
Yes, he has so much joy doing it.
Some of these dudes today catch a bus, they gonna tell you real quick, I ain't catching no bus. So I'm gonna be in here hungry.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Or you're gonna be in here with something that you need, without something that you need,
and you can't,
because you too proud to get on a bus. If that's your only mode of transportation, your feet, a bus, I ain't too proud. So fortunately, I have a car. Talk about money that I can't afford. God damn it, that note is killing me. It was a comfort buy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The year before last, it was a comfort buy. I was, not feeling loved, and just was like, hey, it's a good thing to do. Go put myself in fucking $50,000 in debt. You know what I mean?
So, you just made a quote. I think you just made a connection. So you love buying, right? You're social. We probably know the reason. If you can correct me if I'm wrong, right? You said when you were younger, and that happened to you with the guy giving you money, you said it felt good to buy, and you kind of associated that with love. Okay, if I'm able to buy, this is love for me.
Yeah.
And you just said the same thing just now. I bought that car. It was comforting.
Yeah.
And it was love.
Love it.
Oh my God.
It was a stupid decision.
No, but do you see the connection?
I do.
The relationship?
But I said, this is where my relationship with money began. And it's been a torrid relationship because I tend to put myself in financial bind because of money mismanagement. See, the key for a lot of people, it's not that they don't make enough money, it's that they don't manage their money well.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
Now it's tax season, right? Right now, we're in tax season. Everybody who I know just about, their tax money is already spent in their head. They done thought of 10 million things to do. They gonna get this, they gonna get this, they gonna get this. Can't wait to get that money just to fucking blow it, right? So my relationship with money has been that. I have these intentions on investing and doing this, but I had, and from 2015 to 2018, between 2016 and matter of fact, I got another settlement last year, 2022. I've got settlements totaling about, let me do the math real quick. Let me see. One was for even 26K. One was for, I think it was it 12?
And I never came across that much money at one time in my life.
We're going to talk about that too some more. Because I'm going to tell you that day I made the most money in my life. It was amazing.
Oh my gosh.
26K, 12K, I'm going to say about 10K, 4,500. 6, 8.
Oh my goodness.
6, 7, 8. That's 13. 8, 9. So.
Hold on. Hold on. 1 second. Because my phone called me.
All right,
what
so.
Were the numbers?
52.5 in settlements. where I got lump sums of money. The biggest being $26,000. That was that Levy settlement. I was one of the top tier people because I knew something. I really knew something was up with Dr. Levy. You get what I'm saying? So when that settlement, I got $26K from that. Then when I got into the accident, there's another couple of grand. Then I got another accident like last year, got rear-ended. Got like $4,400 for that. So that's like $52,000. But the problem was when I got these large sums of money, I was unemployed.
Okay.
So I was using them to pay bills as well as live life free. Remember I told you at one point I said, fuck my mortgage. I just stopped paying the mortgage. Like, fuck that house. Fuck that mortgage. You know what I mean? And so instead of, because I was supposed to have invested in Apple. I was supposed to have invested in Amazon. I was supposed to have gotten hardwood floors, you know. Now I'm struggling to keep everything together here, and I still have this stinking ass carpet on my floor. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, just think of getting those large sums of money and just blowing through it. When you have a poor relationship with money, that's what you'll do. You know, so now as I've gotten older, I am attempting to have better money habits, not spending money before I get it, not charging up all my credit cards and putting myself in so much debt that I can't, because I filed bankruptcy twice in my adult life.
I just filed my first one last year.
I will not be doing that shit ever again. You feel what I'm saying? I will not do that shit ever again, because the first time I did it, it was like, okay, you fucked up. But the second time I was like, oh, I'm going to charge up all these cards and I'm going to file bankruptcy, because guess what? My 7 years is up and I can. You know what I'm saying? So that only hurts me.
Oh, yeah.
When and interest rates and shit like that. That's why I can't get good. Like, my interest rate is what's killing me on my car note.
They say a millionaire files an average of 6 times though. The average millionaire files 6 times.
But they be still millionaires. We filing bankruptcy and broke as fuck. You know what I'm saying? They smart. They got the money to hide and this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? So
how I'm trying, you know, I'm trying to stay a positive perspective. It's like, all right, I'm close to being a millionaire.
Look, the ones who really do it, them the ones that go fucking kill themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, really, you know,
the
seriously.
way I thought was like, oh yeah, this my first one. I'm close to being a millionaire. It's definitely going to happen now. If I felt
you got much closer.
I am so close. So close to the breakthrough. You know, it's just, you know, that's how I was looking at it. But
right.
you know, you're right. They filing as millionaires.
Millionaires, right? Right. So I don't talk about millionaires because I'm not one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We don't have the same type of money problem. You know what I mean? We down here, what they call it, shucking it. What was that? The Good Time song. You know, I can't remember. Yeah, we making a way if you can. Temporary layoff. Easy cradle ripple. Good time. Yeah. That's not good times.
Oh.
You know, but I think that song spoke to our endurance as a people. You know, how we don't let it get us down, you know. But now it's like everything is so evolutionary. Evolves around money, that everybody wants to be richer. Everybody thinks they're rich. And here's the funny part. Most people don't deserve to be rich. And I say that because they're never going to do the work to get wealth. They're going to I was talking to my sister on the phone the other day, right? And me and Lamont had went to, Lamont being my man.
Uncle Mont.
Get on my goddamn nerve.
Not you saying it loud.
You know he plucks my goddamn nerves. Yeah, so we out, you know, we went out, little young guy. He had put some glasses, and I didn't even notice the glasses. But if I leave my glasses somewhere, I'm not going to be like, oh, let me get my Tiffany glasses before somebody breaks them. I'm like, let me get my damn glasses before somebody breaks them. So he comes over, he's talking to the girl sitting next to me. He's like, you all right? You good? You want something? Oh, yeah. Let me get my Cartier glasses, because if somebody break these, first of all...
No one knew they were sitting there.
Exactly. No, and nobody cares.
I don't even know what some of the stuff is. Like I'm not.
I don't either.
I'm not aware. Like I'm not.
I can't afford to know what some of this shit is, because all it does is make you want it.
Look.
Like some of that shit is nice though. Like real talk.
When I was when I was younger, go ahead, finish your story though.
No, go ahead.
When I was younger, I used to want what everyone else had.
Oh.
And that's why when my mom struggled saying no to me, I was asking for things that I saw
other people
had.
Was you bratty about it? Because I can see you being bratty.
Yes, I
can see it. Like, I see you like, no, mommy, I want that damn dog.
Listen, I wrote down this story that I wanted to share.
Go ahead.
My mother took me to Towson Mall.
Okay.
It was a store called Delia's. Now, Delia's was somewhere that it was a girl I called my cousin. She shopped at, and she had all these clothes. She had all this jewelry, and it was from Delia's. So when I saw her have it, I said, I want it, right? We go into the store, and I pick out all these clothes. I try them on. I mean, my clothes at the counter was like this high. It was a pile of clothes. And the lady was ringing it up. And it was just like over $300 and probably like close to $500. And my mom was like, no, you gotta take some stuff back. And I was just like, no. So my father she ended up calling my father because I would not leave the store. It got really bad. I would not leave the store. She ended up calling my father and was like, please, I feel so bad now. She was like,
you were sure.
Oh my God, I know, it was terrible. She called my father. She's like, you gotta come up here, see, she just won't. We can't get out the store. I don't have enough money for these clothes. So he came up there. He was like, Gracie. Now when my father comes, he said, Gracie, I straight, and he said, you gotta put some stuff back. Okay? Only I have $100 for you, and your mom has such and such. That's it. That's all. And I was just like, okay. I clearly grown out of it now.
Right.
I'm not putting on them baggy jeans.
Yeah, okay.
I grew out of it now.
Yeah, good for you.
And it showed when I worked at Wildback Market, and I saw everyone buy clothes, and I knew I couldn't. Yeah. And I just, because I was paying for acting school. Like, I was disciplined. And that was a clear, I'm just like, I definitely grew out of wanting, because I knew one day it'll come. You know what I'm saying?
And you know, I was in your ear like, girl, go ahead and buy something.
Oh my gosh.
You know, I had a problem. Like, girl, just buy today. Don't worry about tomorrow. Yeah. You know, we had them conversations, and I admired your discipline, because I was like, I can be disciplined, but for so long. Like, it's going, like, I could be doing well, and then all of a sudden something happened. I'm going to go spend some fucking money. You know what I'm saying? Like, speaking of money, you know what I mean? Like, last night I blew $200. Now, $200 isn't really a lot of money, but when you are already tight,
yes, that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but I'm like, okay, today is a new fucking day. I ain't gonna stress about it, you know.
I've heard, someone told me, if you really want money to come in, like really manifest it, when you spend, money is energy. So if you're like spending and your energy is, I can't afford it, I don't have it, I'm very anxious, you're not flowing in abundance. Because you have to flow in abundance when you give and when you receive.
Gotcha.
You have to be in that mindset of like, oh, this is nothing.
Right.
This is because it's going to
come back. Right.
Even more, so, but still.
But still, yeah.
Don't make poor decisions. Don't go out there and buy a Lamborghini.
Right.
And
and then $200, is it breaking me? No.
Right.
But I could have definitely used that $200 that I blew. But for me, and again, not making excuses to rationalize my poor behavior.
We had fun last night.
Yeah, yes, we did. It was an investment. It was definitely worth it, because you can't get that night back.
Yes.
If I had been sitting there like, well, wait a minute, I'm gonna order just the appetizer. Like, no. Actually, in hindsight, that's all I really needed, because
no, for real,
I've really, like, I could have eaten an appetizer at the prime rib and been good. You know what I'm saying? I didn't need to spend $125 on a fucking meal. Yeah. But it is what it is. I'm mad because I got up and put my food in the air fryer to reheat. And I fucking got to talking and left it in there too long because my niece was here this morning. Her and Erica went to DC and hung out and stuff. So it was like, I messed up my daggone Chilean sea bass. I was like, mother. Now the regret kicks in. Like, I didn't even really need to buy this damn fish. Because I overheated it. But it's good to be able to go out and have the abundance, and you're not worried about and I'm not worried about it. Don't get me wrong. I'm really not worried about it. But I know that realistically, should I have just blown that? Probably not. It wasn't the best thing to do. But somehow I have managed to stay afloat. Talking about my relationship with money, I am on a mission to develop new habits. So nobody, please don't feel bad. If you got poor spending habits, if you feel like you're not making enough money, you're probably sitting on a lot of gifts where you can make a lot more.
Oh, yes.
You get what I'm saying? Like, and that's a part of what this cast is about. You get
that's true tea right there.
You know what I'm saying? So none of us really have to be suffering. And here's the hit. Everybody ain't gonna be millionaires and billionaires. Yeah. But we can all be all right.
Yeah.
Or the majority can be all right. You get what I'm saying? We're not stressing about no little ass $200. You get what I'm saying? Like last night, I would have loved to have been able to just take the tab.
Yeah.
When they said $1,700, I was like, what the fuck did we order?
I never been to a birthday party for myself who I had a tab like that. And that was the first for me.
Right.
Oh, but that number is 7 though. That number is 7. I don't know, that's my angel number.
Okay.
And I thought it was twice.
Well, angels was abundance because everything got paid and did it not. And it was like
7 though. Oh my gosh, that number 7. But go ahead.
They were like, we'll split the bill. And in my mind, I'm like, hell no, we ain't split the bill because now, did you have to pay for anything last night? Perfect. That's all that matters. No.
And I'm super grateful.
Yeah, that's cool. Like, you shouldn't. But I'm going to be honest. On my birthday every year, I always spend the most money. Now, I've never done a restaurant dinner birthday party. It's either I've given a party at my house where I done spent a whole bunch of money on this, that, and the food and this, that. Because I want people to feel welcome or whatever. But realistically, right now, I'm not in a position to really be splurging. So I had to look at that like, okay, so it's going to be next month. Maybe I'll go. Now I say that.
But you're honest. Listen, you're honest with yourself because some people will try to impress others knowing they don't have it and they'll take up the whole tab. Now you just wait.
Oh no, I ain't doing that.
Yeah, but some people do because they wanna prove themselves and
then be going home shitting the bill.
Overextending the
because I heard that actually at the end of the night last night. I heard somebody say, "I hope my credit card don't." And I was like, I wasn't giving up my credit card. I'm sorry, because first of all, I'm not going to sit there and be trying to get my money from everybody. I didn't want to go through that. I said I never really go through that. So like that's why I asked that the question at the beginning. I was like, well, wait a minute. This is not the type of restaurant that's going to split checks. No. You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot of restaurants don't do that. And then they will take a couple of cards because they know that people come in as groups or whatever. But that just moving forward, just a learning moment. If you're going to do that again, try to make it where they have a set menu so that people can prepay where we're not sitting at the table divvying up.
So the first place, it was Black Barn, I forget the name. The first place I sent y'all in Cromwell, it was far out. It was like that. Okay. But they wanted,
deposit
500 for
deposit
for three extra people, right? It was because it was 13 of us. Matter of fact, it was 12 of us because one didn't show up. And they for more than 10 people, they wanted a $500 deposit. And I said I had to be honest with myself. I'm not paying $500 for 2 people.
2 people, yeah.
That's just not right. That's even some things. I even thought to myself, even if I did have it, right? That's just ridiculous. That's just ridiculous. It's
only ridiculous because you can't afford it.
Yeah.
Because if you can afford it, you get what I'm saying? So it's good that we stay in our lane. So it's not ridiculous. It's only ridiculous because we can't afford it.
Yeah,
like
that's true.
Last year when I was trying to do Lamont's birthday surprise thing, I found a restaurant that had the set menu. It was like, you order this, it's $50. You order this, it's $60. You order this, it's $70. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. That way you're not trying to, everybody can prepay that. And then for drinks, because when I go through the door, this is what we ordered, I'm going to pay for that. Then y'all, if y'all want to be ordering drinks, please charge them, tab them up as you go along. But it's helpful when you have people like, because people will front like they got it going on, but then at the end of the night you see them sweating for real. You get what I'm saying? I know what I did. No, I ain't doing that. Like I've done dumb shit like
honest.
that too.
You're very honest.
Yeah, I got to. Like I was like, no, I ain't comfortable with that because I had a drink and a little dumbass piece of fish. 162. That would. Look, it's dumb now because I burned it.
Because it wasn't dumb.
I was actually impressed. I was like, damn, this is good. You know, you know what though? I could have saved $23. Why? Because I don't really do crab meat. I like crabs.
Oh.
I could have did without the crab meat.
Yeah.
But so
I'll be happy. I can't. I'm looking forward to the day when I can afford.
Yeah, when you can afford, and you will. So you will,
yeah.
but right now, being realistic with yourself,
yeah.
You get what I'm saying, and you're like, nope. Like the one thing I'm not going to do is when I do stuff, it's not to impress. It's because you know what, fucking, I'm just going to sacrifice. This is what I want.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's who I am. That's how I roll. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, it's like. My relationship with money, I am mending my relationship with money because, like I said, I am tired of living in lack. I want to I will manage. Up until now, I have mismanaged my money. But from this point forward, I will manage it well so that when I do go out and, splurge, it's not like I'm breaking the bank or I'm like, wait a minute, I shouldn't have did that. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to do it. So that's why I got done. Number one. Number two, I am going to mend the relationship that I have with money so that I can have the abundance. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? So a lot of times, and the reason why I asked, where did your relationship with money start, is because to beg the question to people within themselves, what is your relationship with money like now? Give yourself grace, as I do, because my relationship with money started off very rocky. It was poison put into the mix. You see what I'm saying? By a man who was molesting me, offering me money to look at my body. You get what I'm saying? And so it's like, I want people to understand that there's a root cause of why your relationships are what they are. And you have a relationship with money, whether you realize it or not. You feel what I'm saying? Because money, it pays your bills. It takes you on trips. It buys your clothes. Yeah. You don't walk into the store and say, give me that, and they give it to you. Yeah. You have a relationship with money. So my goal with having this conversation is to disclose, number one, I brought that up. Like I said, I'm cleaning up a lot of filth, because I would, this is the first time I've ever even told anybody that.
About your story?
That portion of my story.
Yeah. That was a true reaction, y'all. Because I did not know that about you.
Yeah, that's the first time I've ever told.
I've never known that about. That was the first. I was blown away. Yeah, I had no. I mean, I wouldn't have known. You know what I'm saying? But. And
we talk a lot.
We talk a lot. Yeah. But each time we do talk, you do disclose certain things. You start saying more stuff about your past and and it's honestly I'm just blown away at something because of who you are now. It's just like, oh my God.
Yeah, and I don't mind being like it's a commandment.
Yeah,
you thou art spoiled primrose, and if you don't, you shan't be around long. I like being spoiled. That's something that I desire, and you deserve that. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? So if you've not had a man shower you yet, really shower you. And see, here's the thing. Let's not get this twisted. Because you're showering, what you consider to be showered, and what I consider to be showered might be two different things. People, don't set your standard by somebody else.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Really, when you're showering me, it's the things that I like. I like kitchen appliances. Right? So if you come in this bitch, because I want some of them knives that cost like $2,000 each, and better not nobody touch them. But if he was to come in here with one of those knives, those expensive knives, is real sharp, do you know how many points he would earn? But some people are so blind and so uncreative that they don't see, that he think, well, I got to be a millionaire to shower you. No, nigga, go to the store. Go to like the, Macy's or, one of them high-end stores that sell, or one of them high-end, like, because I can't tell you some of the names of that stuff. I just see them on TV and I like that knife. I don't know the name of shit. Why? Because I can't afford it. I can't afford to know that name. I don't need to know it right now because I can't afford it. But they got Afterpay and shit. I'm going to get me some of them knives, right? So that's what I consider shower. When you are thoughtful about me. Not, I'm going to just go spend... because for the last 2 years, last year I got $500 in my hand for Christmas. This year I got it Zelled to me. So impersonal, so non-creative. It was like a transaction. It wasn't like a gift.
Can we talk about that for us? Transactional, a lot. You know what I've been encountering? a lot of, it was probably the last 2 men I've dated. Mm-hmm. They would rather it be transactional. Mm. I pay for this, but you know what you gotta do. Now I never did it.
Did it right?
I didn't do it because thank God one of them told me up front, and then the other one, something wisdom and discernment told me, oh yeah, don't even go there with him, because the last one he was doing a lot.
But
yeah, you did.
I told you. I said, beware of him when they're showering you like that.
Yeah.
So, it was something, and not to say I told you so, no, but I saw it. I saw it. Yeah, I saw it.
Also, I felt it too. And that's why, and the last thing he said was to me, he was like, you say, you know the reason why I changed? Because you started dating my pockets, and you ain't do nothing for me. He's talking about sex.
Sex, yeah.
And I was just like,
okay. Like, what do you mean I didn't do nothing for you, bro?
I was just like, thank God I didn't. Because right. I felt it. I said, don't you... Me told me, don't you dare.
And he wasn't man enough to say, hey, look, I like transactions.
Yes, he wasn't.
So he was a coward, because if that was his goal, fine. Let me know that up front so I know how to better decide to move forward with you. Because again, to me, it's nothing wrong with it. Yeah. If that's how you get down, and a lot of females see it like, I want to get something out of it, because you laying there with a wet ass and he done walked on, moved on, and you got nothing. So I'm not gonna sit here and tell nobody, don't get your worth. If that's what you feel, but don't, these young girls, they talking about they out here fucking for chicken boxes and marijuana and drinks. Like, I'm like, no, that'll get you some conversation, but that's about as far as it can get you. You get what I'm saying? Like, these young ladies are selling themselves short. These guys are getting them, and you can go into the average nightclub right now here in Baltimore City. The guys, except for the ones that like to be fucking seen, don't show up to the damn near place about to close. Why? Because the females are already drunk. They're not, more than likely, not going to have to buy them a drink because they're already drunk. If they buy them a drink, it might be a drink. And they having sex just like that. You know what I'm saying? And like, I've had a one night stand. I had it back in 93, 92, something like that, right? Now, mind you, I didn't know the guy. Like, we talked, but we would see each other every week at the club, and we just lock eyes. And one night, we just went on home with each other. Yeah. So, okay, that's a part of adult life, being an adult. But to become, it wasn't about me being intoxicated. It was something, because I was eyeing him. I forget his name. Damn. It was just on the tip of my tongue, too. But, it was, I looked across the room at him. He looked at me, and we was at the same party spots, and we would always just look at each other. And then one day, we just hooked up. And that was it. That was my first one night stand. Yeah. And
I never had one.
Yeah, it's okay. It's as an adult, but don't let it be because you were intoxicated or you know what I'm saying, or something like that, and you're making a poor decision. If you're gonna have a one night stand, I don't recommend it with a stranger. Yeah. It should be someone familiar. You get what I'm saying? Y'all know, hey, look, let's get together, do whatever. That's what I would recommend. But if it happens outside of it, okay, cool, whatever.
Whatever.
Give yourself grace. You know what I'm saying? But these young ladies going out here drinking, like, sex to be really now I might talk a good game. Ask my man. I'm gonna do this. Soon as my head hit the pillow, I'm out. God, he be like, you was up there snoring.
Oh my God.
I done talked all that trash. That's why that part in that Beyonce and Jay-Z song, he said, I'm something this thus far. He was like, I want to hear you, see you do what I heard, like, so to speak, in that car, something like that.
Okay.
But he's like, all that track,
you was talking about
the car, right? I want to see that, because that's more than likely, especially when you're in a relationship, that's more than likely what it winds up being, you talking a lot of shit and going, look.
Oh, no.
So it'd be funny, but, and if a woman sells her body, I again, I'm not here to judge anybody. Mm-hmm. If you sell your body, make sure you sell it for top dollar.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? You should, if you sell it today, you should not have to be right back out here tomorrow.
That was the gem, and you were so serious when you said it.
I was absolutely serious because honestly, I wish I had sold mine more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously, like, honestly, like, if that's what but that's not my profession. I ain't had that kind of heart.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna tell you a story one of these days about that damn strip club stuff, but I never had the heart for that.
Yeah.
I didn't judge female strippers or male. Now I don't like the male strippers. There's something about them.
I got a story too about my one night not as a stripper, but
I never had it.
Audition.
Yeah, I didn't even do that. I was scared. I went down there to be a waitress. They talking about, but we ain't got no waitresses. But
I tried to do that.
We got some dancing jobs.
It was. I remember I did a lot of things out of. It was. I wrote it down.
Mm-hmm.
That no word. Mm-hmm. No implies that I can't have it. Mm-hmm. You know, it's not. It was never maybe later, mm-hmm. maybe soon. It was always just flat no. Mm-hmm. And, you know, my first boyfriend, he's the one who encouraged me to get a job because I told him, like, my mom keeps saying no, like, she don't have it. He was like, well, you
get a job. Right.
Like, you old enough to get a job now, Michelle. And that's where I got a job out of a place of no.
Right.
You can't have it. And I still kept that. Right. When you coming out of that place, it carries on. Just because you have it now,
right? You
still like it's still that relationship with no. That relationship with no is just like it's. But now I'm trying to start thinking, how can I obtain it? Mm-hmm. How can if that's what I want? Yeah. How can I? What do I have to do so I can afford it? Yeah. It's not no. Right. Just not yet.
Right.
It should change the word. Change the word. If that's something that I want into something that is desire. Or just make it my yes season. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yes, you can. Yeah. You can have money. You can have it in abundance. Yeah. You can take yourself out to eat. You can pay for the tab. Uh-huh. Yes. You can do all that stuff. You can do it. Mm-hmm. And the more I believe that yes, it can happen for me, it will show up. It will show up for me. Yeah. And the more I show up as that it will show up for you. Reflect, right. You know, the world will reflect how I am.
Because your soul isn't differentiating anything. But if you keep telling your soul no, that's what you're gonna bring back to your soul. That's a whole nother story.
But then it's just like,
excuse me.
I'm in a season. It's very uncomfortable. Because I'm building I'm working towards financial stability. Mm-hmm. You know, I filed for bankruptcy. I couldn't, I don't do Lyft anymore. I'm a full-time entrepreneur. Mm-hmm. And then I'm in a season, even before my book came out, where people helped me mm-hmm. financially. And that made me uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. Because it's just like, I feel like I'm gonna have to owe you something in the future. I'm thinking I need to pay you back as soon as I can, and that's sad.
It is.
That's sad that I think that way because they never told me that.
Exactly.
So where does that come from?
Well, that's a good question, and you know what? As we begin to wrap this up, that might because I think we need to talk more about money. We're gonna wrap it up because I know people out there, they got lives, and we appreciate them stopping by and listening to us.
Down. Where does that come from? Why is it uncomfortable for me to receive help?
We've addressed where our relationship started, and we've even kind of touched bases on where we are now. But I think we can talk about money a little bit further on our next cast. It's a very relevant topic, and I want people. I would love it if those who are listening assess. If you don't have any money issues, money woes, wonderful. I am happy for you. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a hater. I genuinely like to see people succeeding, and I genuinely like to see people living comfortably. You know what I'm saying? Comfortably. I don't know why that word don't sound right no more. Comfortably. Whatever. We talk about money, not comfortably.
We not English.
Yeah, exactly. Comfortably.
Y'all get what you're trying to say.
Yeah, you heard me. So I think I want people to, give themselves that, assess where they are with their money. First of all, think about, when did your relationship with money start? How is your relationship with money now? Where could you improve your relationship with money? And where would you like for it to ultimately go, your relationship with money, after you've done the improving? You get what I'm saying? And I say that because people, you don't get wealthy just to say I'm wealthy. If you are a servant, you don't get wealthy just to say, I got mine, you got yours. Assess what your end game is for your relationship with money, with where you want it to go, if that makes sense. So for our listeners, that's what I would like for you to do. Assess. You know what I'm saying? And ask yourself those. And I'm going to ask, yeah, right, because I know where it started. Yeah. So we're going to come back to this on our next session. And, we're going to let these kind folks go and, live their lives. But don't forget to come back to my street. Come back to my street with Primrose Avenue. That's where everything is. It's so much going on Primrose Avenue. And, I just want to share. So come around my way. Y'all be blessed. It's your girl Primrose and
Michelle Gracie.
Yeah, I love her. She's an excellent young woman. You know what I mean? I do. I love you, Miss Gracie.
Everyone calls me Miss Gracie now.
Because it's very sophisticated.
Oh my goodness.
It's very sophisticated.
Everyone calls me Miss Gracie now. Well.
Okay. So Money Talks. We'll see you next time.
Alrighty.